Walk my pet Shar-Pei, Peach. See, they work to your schedule. You can schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com or call 800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C. They've got you covered inside and out, and summer is the perfect time for an updated new look. So no matter how big of a job, Certa Pro Painters is the one to call. Certa Pro Painters. We do painting, you do life.
Did everyone agree with you? Let's find out. Choose your news on the Candy, Mike, and Todd Show.
We are on Facebook Live right now. You can find us, Candy, Mike, and Todd. Hi, I'm waving to you. So we gave you a taste of our stories. You've been texting your votes. Candy, Mike, or Todd at 98973, the online Trading Academy text line from the 253. Mike's story. Already breaking my Mike hates Billy Joel vote boycott. It doesn't mean that you won me over. Billy Joel rules. All right, there's a double there. If you don't know what we're talking about, text clip to 98973. We'll send you the Candy, Mike, and Todd clip of the day, and you'll hear Mike's true hatred to Billy Joel. It's very unique. From the 360, Candy's missile story, please. From the 425, TODD. And one, I vote for Mandy. Mandy loves your vote, and she will take that. The Choose Your News scoreboard currently says, as far as wins overall, Todd is at 32, Mike is at 45, I am at 37, but we do have a winner today. Mike Lewis, congratulations. Everyone else wants to hate on CandyLand, too. I don't understand.
Well, I got to say, the story behind CandyLand is a lot more interesting than CandyLand, which I didn't think was such a great game when I was a kid, but it is kind of many people's first, that and Shoots and Ladders, everyone's first board game, if you're a board game type family, separate issue entirely. So Eleanor Abbott, who was a school teacher in a polio ward during the polio epidemic in the 1940s and 50s, the polio outbreak had forced a lot of children into extremely restrictive environments. Parents were confined by equipment, and parents kept children healthy children inside for fear they might catch the disease. But if you got it, you were immediately quarantined. And if you're not familiar with polio, what happens is it paralyzes you. It affects children. Adults were not entirely immune, but mostly immune. It targets nerve cells in the spinal cord. Ultimately, you could end up in what was then referred to as an iron lung to help you breathe. It was a horrible, horrible disease. If you remember, you've heard of a guy named Jonas Salk who won a Nobel. It was the polio vaccine that he invented in the 1950s. So that's how big of a deal it was then. But she was seeing all these kids suffer. She was a school teacher in a polio ward, and she wanted us to concoct a game, as she put it, to escapist entertainment for the kids there that left behind sort of the hospital walls and gave them a chance to go on a little adventure, but it was little kids, and so she wanted to make it as simple as possible, and she invented this game, and the kids just loved it, and so somebody contacted the Milton Bradley Company, whose children were then in charge. Milton Bradley had died, but his children were quite wealthy people, and one of their top executives, a guy named Mel Taft, met her and thought she was so charming and so interesting, and he liked the idea behind the game so much, they immediately bought it. And that game, then, they started marketing, and it immediately caught fire all over the country as it was the most popular game in the company's history for quite a few years. Because, I mean, even now, what would they say? It's still selling 1 million copies a year. But it came out of one school teacher and one polio ward when she had decided she wanted to give the kids some form of an adventure so they could kind of escape their own physical bodies and the physical confinement of the hospital ward itself.
How much was she paid for that, you think?
I don't know. That actually, the story does not say how much.
It's in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Yes. I don't know. That's a good question. I think back then, she probably got not a whole lot. Now people are much more savvy about patents and about attorneys and things like that.
Right?
My guess is that she invented it, and who knows? Maybe she got a lifetime free supply of CandyLand games.
I have a book from a guy who is a specialist in getting ideas to manufacturers that are patented and locked down. You know what made him $100 million? And this should depress you. What? You know the basketball hoops that you put above your door?
Oh, that goes into the laundry basket or whatever? The little mini ones.
It's
mini
just
hoops?
Little mini basketball hoops that go above your door.
Yep.
He successfully submitted that patent. That never had to make more than a facsimile thereof in his home. $100 million. He does no work on that. The other one, and I could not believe he could patent this. Fatheads? The great big oversized posters,
yeah.
He invented those. And he got it patented. I'm going to make a poster of someone, but it's big. And he has a whole formula for sending it out to companies in such a way they're better off dealing with you than not dealing with you. It's a fascinating book. All right, we come back on the Candy, Mike, and Todd show.
I'm still trying to find out how much that woman made from CandyLand. I'll let you know if I find
So
out.
the story is in The Atlantic if you want to read it. It's a really interesting story, way more detail than I got into.
Let's put it on the social media pages, Andrew, since Mike won the thing. You mind doing that? That way people can get it on their own. An update on a house for sexually violent predators in our area. Have some of them gotten out, gone walking around, removed their GPS? Nicole Jennings from Dory Munson Show joins us. Right now we get a traffic report from Tracy Taylor. Busy times down Burien Way, it sounds like, Tracy.
Certainly, and with the investigation that's happening right now, a couple of the